Hello, hello. This is Rod, Appraiser broker. I was quite surprised to find a man that I usually thought is very intelligent, a friend of mine this evening, who didn't seem to recognize that the states that are the most in debt vote blue. Here's an article by Forbes magazine, and this is an article that was written back after the election in November 23rd. 2020 it was published, and as you can see here, it's showing that the states that have the most debt, that is the most unfunded liabilities, like Illinois, that has to pay out somehow nearly 4.5 times the money that they anticipate coming in. Next after Illinois is who? New Jersey, then Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, then Delaware, then Maryland. Then there's actually a red state. As you can see here, by the 2020 election, it was red. Pennsylvania was red. Amazingly, in the 2020 election, that was 2016, in the 2020 election, Kentucky was also red, but Pennsylvania was blue. There's a lot of people who have questions about the last election. I'm one of them. But you'll notice that the people are moving out of these blue states like Washington, Oregon, California, New York, Minnesota. They're moving out of these states and into red states. Now, I better not say Minnesota because I don't know that for sure. But I do know that the other states that I just mentioned, the people are moving out of those and they're moving into the red states like Utah, Idaho, Montana, places where real estate is actually skyrocketing right now. And they're moving into Texas, and they're moving into Florida. You know, they're moving out of the blue states into the red states. What happens to real estate? Real estate, its supply, the values are based on supply and demand. I've been an appraiser for over 30 years. Supply and demand, when people move out of these blue states because things there, fiscal irresponsibility gets to such an extent that people start leaving in droves. You know, they've been coming into Utah, and I've heard as many, this sounds crazy, one agent told me the other day that he had 82 offers on a property. 82 offers? Obviously, the prices are escalating unbelievably because of the financial irresponsibility of the Federal Reserve. I think real estate values are going up everywhere, but they're going up dramatically more in the red states because people are moving out of a lot of these blue states, especially states that are most financially irresponsible. I remember several years ago, a real estate agent from Colorado told me that he had moved to Illinois and he'd bought a home for $20,000 there in Illinois. What shocked me is when he told me that the property taxes on that property were around $4,500 a year. Nearly 20% of the property's value, what he paid for it, that's what the taxes were. The taxes were nearly $400 a month. The bulk of the mortgage payment on a property like that was the property taxes. That's ludicrous. So recognize that if you're going to vote red, if you're going to be where people are voting red, you're more likely to have responsible leaders. That doesn't mean they're always responsible. A lot of the conservative leaders are not conservative enough. They're not responsible enough. But you're more likely to see your property values going up in red states than you are in blue states. And when property values are not going up, if the Federal Reserve wasn't creating so much money, if the federal government wasn't spending so much money and pumping it out there, you wouldn't see the values even going up in a lot of these states that are blue. But they will be going up in the red states far more than they will the blue states. You know, it depends on what happens. Maybe we'll see a crash of the whole economy at some point. It won't surprise me at all. In fact, I anticipate it. I just don't know how soon it's going to happen. But people are moving to the red states. If you want to see your values going up the most, then own property in red states, or you can do something even more responsible. You can run for office in these blue states and kick these idiots out of office that are making these terrible decisions and bring people back into those blue states to bring things a little bit more into equilibrium instead of causing such a shortage in states like Utah, Florida, Idaho, Montana. There's a tremendous shortage of real estate and the values are just skyrocketing because of it. So be smart, put responsible people in office. If irresponsible people are there, help get other people to help get them out and get responsible people in office. We need to do this for our country's sake. And if you want to see your real estate increasing most dramatically, then you can either be in red states or turn your blue states red and get more responsible people in there. This is Rod, the appraiser broker. Have a wonderful day.